Hi, I'm Madeline Mayhew, and I'm here to talk about magnesium deficiency, the symptoms associated with it, and why it's considered to be an invisible deficiency. So, I'm going to go through a list of symptoms that are commonly associated with magnesium deficiency. I've specifically gathered all the ones I think are the most prevalent. I've seen with my peers being a college student myself, and some of these ailments I've even had personal experience with. So, some of the common things many college students face include insomnia, migraines, body aches, whether that being skeletal or muscular, generalized anxiety disorder, depression, and ADHD. I honestly think everybody needs to be taking a magnesium supplement, whether that be in the form of a multivitamin or simply just reacted magnesium supplements like I have actually right here. An important thing to note is that many things can deplete our magnesium levels. Magnesium can be depleted, especially when college students are exposed to certain social factors such as heavy drinking and smoking, alcohol, nicotine, marijuana, etc. These can all deplete your magnesium levels. On top of this, many college students might experience food insecurity due to the lack of instability in their first years getting on their feet. So this could lead to an increase in processed foods and refined sugars, which are also known to decrease magnesium levels. It's also heavily depleted in our soils and unfortunately not commonly fortified in foods like folate and vitamin D. So, the reason why it's so important for you to take matters into your own hands is that no single method is considered satisfactory in determining magnesium status. So, assessing magnesium status is quite difficult because most of the magnesium in our bodies is stored within our cells or in our bone. And the most commonly used and readily available method is to measure the serum magnesium concentration, which have little correlation with total body magnesium levels or concentrations in specific tissues, unfortunately. No current data on magnesium status in the United States is available. So, therefore, determining dietary intake of magnesium is the usual proxy for assessing magnesium status. The National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey has not determined serum magnesium levels in its participants since 1974, and magnesium is not evaluated in routine hospitals and clinics. Many of these ailments I mentioned previously, such as generalized anxiety disorder, insomnia, ADHD, etc., are genuine and not necessarily associated with magnesium deficiency. This is not a video to say, oh, you have this diagnosis, but it could really just be underlying magnesium deficiency. I'm listing these because I want you to evaluate your own ailments or situation and compare them with the symptoms. After extensive research, I honestly would advocate for anyone in our society to be supplementing magnesium into their diet. Example of foods to include could include dark chocolate, nuts, legumes, fish, etc. But apparently, only 30% to 40% of the dietary magnesium consumed is typically absorbed by the body. So, if you decide to take supplements, keep track of how any of these ailments change and maybe start to rate your symptoms on a scale of 1 to 10 every week to track any improvements. If this doesn't help, then hey, it doesn't hurt to try. Average intakes of magnesium from food alone were higher among users who were using dietary supplements than among non-users. Exceeding the amounts near the upper limit of 350 milligrams per day can cause diarrhea, so I warrant caution. Your body most likely would benefit from supplementation as long as you don't overdo it. A lot of people in the population have a good chance at being deficient, some more than others, because there really is no agreed upon test to accurately determine your magnesium status. Therefore, the average American has become break the cycle, rise above, try applying this knowledge into your own life, and if so desired, synthesize a strategy for future situations you may encounter with your health. Sometimes the problem is much more minuscule than we think.